Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I'm starting off my morning with a rise and shine, a cup of coffee that we all have to start our day with. Again, I want to thank everybody for supporting me. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, because that really will help the channel. But I wanted to get right into it and start off with a little story about this. Now, I have some great childhood memories with this. Maybe some people would know what this is used for, because back in the day, I have the greatest memories with my second family that I grew up with. Um, so, my second mother, that family treated me like gold. My nickname was Smiley. And every Sunday we would have, I don't even know, 7-course meal, 10-course meal. I don't know. But I can't remember if we started off with a French onion soup, and Mom would have the soup, and then she would put, I don't know the name of the actual bread, but they were round discs, like a Melba toast type thing. And she would put that on, and then she'd load it with cheese, and it would just be oozing out the side of cheese. And I looked forward to that. It was like I was sitting there like, well, I was younger, but like a little kid just waiting for to get into the candy shop or something like that, because it was just such a warm felt feeling to have somebody make something like that for you. And when I see these, this is the tulip version. I don't know, I couldn't find anything on the actual year of these, but probably the 70s, I would say. Anyways, this one. And it's ceramic and stoneware. It could be one of both. And I believe they put them right into the oven. Oh boy, you probably all heard that. A motorcycle going through. Not my house, by the way, but going, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's a tulip pattern farmhouse, and I believe that you could put them right into the oven. So we would sit all at the table on a Sunday night, and Mom would have this, like I said, it felt like you were on a great big farm, sitting there at a great table with a huge family and telling stories and eating this wonderful food. And it took, I would say, a good 2 hours. I'm not even kidding, because it was like a restaurant where you would actually be sitting there and talking, and you'd have your soup. And then some time had passed, and you would have a salad. I think that's how it started. And then it just went on from there and there and there. And like I said, it was the greatest, greatest feeling being with that family. I can't mention names because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but um, still to this day, that whole family is true to my heart, and they know who they are. Um, but this was something that I look forward to so, so much. And I think still to this day, um, we all do, like it was just so special. So if you see these at a vintage store, pick them up, because I'm sure you could do a lot in this. And like I said, throw it right into the oven so you get that nice crusty melt of cheese on it. So yeah, that's the tulip pattern from like farmhouse type style. Um, I also have these guys, salt and pepper shakers. They're vintage, and they're so stinking cute. They're so adorable. He looks like he's sound asleep, and this little guy. And I think I found those in the very beginning of my looking for vintage things. And what's really neat is not far from where I live, there's this wonderful church that she has a huge collection of salt and pepper shakers, and they're so fun to go and look at. They're uh, they're all basically like things you've never seen before. They're very, very different. I had one, I think I have it close by here that I could find quickly. Um, so this egg, this egg came with something else, and it looked like they went together. They didn't go together, but it was kind of a cool concept. And the other thing was like I have it somewhere, a dinosaur looking thing, and then the egg beside it. But when I looked it up, they're not a match, but seem pretty cool to me. But I just hang on to these things because, like I was saying in my other video, is that you never know if you're going to find the other part that goes with it in your journey of traveling, you know? Um, so, yeah, so back to these salt and pepper shakers. In the beginning of selling my salt and pepper shakers, I did really well. Like, I had um, a lot of ladies that had collections. So they really didn't mind if there was a stopper missing, but everything that I did sell was in really, really good shape. And it's just amazing to me to think that, you know, if they're from the 60s or 50s, that they're still intact. But this one lady, she had a collection of over 200. And she said, I got to stop. We're running out of space. My husband wants me to stop. And again, those are stories that I love, you know. Here's another soup bowl. This one, I believe, doesn't come with a lid like the other one. And it's pretty. This one, you could tell, is like a little bit, well, I guess you can't say newer, but at least I don't think there's a lid. I really don't. I don't know. And I have picked up this yesterday. My eyes just was drawn straight to it because of the color and the beautiful pattern on it. And again, I did my little test and I felt something in here, but it's just like it's not a crack. It's not. It. I think the glaze. Sometimes they leave like little nubs, if you'd say. And this is from Germany, and this is from the 60s. So that's, again, it's in really, really good shape. I did all my testing on it and really, really good shape. I love how the colors of blue, the darker blue, the lighter blue, and then you could kind of see the white going through it all. That is really nice and kept in really good shape. I love that. So some nice, imagine putting some nice colorful flowers, or even if you could find some like powder blue type flowers and some whites and stuff and put that in there. That would look really, really, really pretty. So that was my find yesterday. And my other find was this guy. He's made of wood. I tried looking him up and I saw a lot of Santa Claus ones. I don't think he's a hobbyist because he does have a stamp on the bottom. He is made of wood, as you could see the wood splitting here. But I thought he was pretty unique. And I love that he was a musician. He looks like he's sad, but yeah, and he's quite tall. So that would be cool for a musician to just kind of put in their music room or anywhere, I guess, their little heart desires. And I think that's supposed to be his little shoe. Looks almost like a clog. And then he's got his cane on this side. That's pretty neat. I was drawn to it. It's funny when I'm coming out of the store is when I sometimes will like, oh, wait a second, what was that? And go back and take a look at it and see what it is that's peeking at me. And when you're going into some of the vintage places out here, you'll go into like really, really smaller places to thrift. And those are the ones that have a ton of treasures if you're willing to dig, you know? Um, there's like so many different things that you'll find behind something. So you've got to really hunt for these types of treasures that are unique and kind of hard to find. Like you won't see this in a store, like in a Walmart or anything like that. So this guy. But I think if you kept some coconut oil, I just take some coconut oil and put on anything that's wood, and it kind of brings out the shine, and it'll probably keep it from cracking. I would say maybe not, but I would assume that that would be something that could do a lot of cracking if it's not. See, you could see the cracking in here too. But again, I thought he was really neat. If anybody has any information on him, please send it my way because I'd like to know more about him. I'm going to continue to do some research and see because I'd like to know the story behind it, you know. And then I wasn't going to show him today because I don't have a whole lot of information on him. I did find him online. He's from Italy. He's very, very, very unique. Very unique. Soon as I seen him, I'm like, I've got to have this guy. He is fun. And there's his profile. I love him. There's the back of him. He's got his long cape on. The colors are stunning. There he is, the other side. And he's got these really neat gloves on, and his feet just, I love his feet. And there he is. So if anybody has some extra info on this guy, let me know too, because he's a lot of fun. I've been hanging on to him for a while too. I finally posted him, but I wanted to. There's his face up front, close and personal. There we go. Oh boy. What else can I show you that I haven't shown? I had it all figured out. I'm gonna have another swig of my coffee. Okay, now. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this right here. Make sure I don't have anything in it that's going to fall out. This too was another find. I sold one similar to this. The details on some of this stuff is just absolutely beautiful. Now I have a truck revving. Yeah, boy. My window's open a crack, so it makes it even worse. But see that? Look at the detail. I did put some coconut oil on this. I didn't put it on recently. It really brings out the everything. Like it really, really brings it all out. That's carved. So pretty. And then it does have the lid. And then it's got the inside. It's quite deep. It's quite deep. And then you've got that on the bottom. It's not heavy, but that would look really nice, like if you have like a setting and you've got a pile of books and then you just kind of place that on the top with your vase of flowers. That would be really, really pretty. And just throw, a few special things in there. Or I guess you could even put it in your bathroom and throw cotton balls in it, or uh, yeah, I think Q-tips would work too. But anything that your little heart desires, that would be really, really cool. But look at that, eh? The detail is just so fantastic. So fantastic. I'm gonna have to put the coconut oil on it again because it really makes a huge difference at its look. I don't think I put this up yet for sale, but I'm going to quite soon, probably tomorrow. And like I said, everything is very reasonable. And sometimes people will even make an offer, and 9 times out of 10, I take it just because, you got to keep things moving, or you'll have everything sitting here. As you can tell, I love some of the things that I have, and I can't get rid of them just yet. But yeah. And then one more salt and pepper shaker I have to show you. These guys are fun too. As you can tell, I love fun. These two guys, guess where the salt and pepper comes out of? Because it's a solid bottom. So what you do is you just unscrew the top, and everything is wood. And I think it goes down quite far to the bottom. And you just screw that back in, and away you go. Yeah. Those two I've been hanging on to for a while. I don't know if I have these listed yet either. I may have them listed. I'm not too sure because sometimes I have things listed and I forget about them. They're kind of far down the list of. But these are unique, especially if you're a salt and pepper collector, salt pepper shaker collector. These would be really, really nice to add to your collection because they are very unique and in really good shape once again. You know, and there's their tops. Now I have a bird talking to me. Hear that? The background? Yeah, it's a very, very solid wood. It's almost like some of the kids' toys that you get, like blocks and stuff. It's very similar to that. It's very strong made. I don't know. Um, I would say I would say the 60s, maybe even the 50s. I'm not too sure, but that's my guess. So yeah. So what? I wonder if I could do one more before I go. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just end it there because um, I want to try to, when I do show an item, I want to try to like give you more information on it, the year, um, and try to like even find stories about it that I could kind of get into telling because I love telling stories. I love telling real stories that have to do with, like personal things like the French onion soup bowl story. But yeah, so I'm going to end it here. I want to say thank you again. I know I keep on saying this, but if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to because it's just hit a button, hit a button, hit a button. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just hit that button because then it'll just help my channel grow. And I really want to do that because I'm getting some really nice feedback from people saying it's very relaxing. I have friends and family reaching out and saying, I don't know what it is, but I just feel so relaxed watching and I can't wait for your next one. That, you're not going to believe it, but that made me cry. That was my cousin that said that, and she just melted my heart. And then told me that her daughter, too, was watching me, and I couldn't hold the tears back. I'm just going to say, yeah. So, on that note, I want to say thanks again for watching. Again, I'm going to keep on growing this. And I want to tell you how much you mean to me by like subscribe and watching and taking your time out to watch me. So, again, bye for now. Stay sane in this crazy world. And again, keep on keeping on. Have a great day. Bye for now.